All right, welcome back. You're still watching Daybreak Africa. Yes, it's time now for the interview segment. As I told you earlier that we're going to come back with our guest. And now we have our guest on standby. As you know, drop shipping and entrepreneurship has gone to the level of having drop shippers, whereby people do not really need to have their cash at hand or have their stocks at hand before they make money or make sales. And that's why we're going to talk about the invention of dropshipping business in Nigeria. And to talk about this, we have our guest, Dunamis Oluwadaisi. He's a procurement specialist. Welcome to Daybreak Africa.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
It's nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. All right, now, like I said earlier, entrepreneurship or business has gone now way beyond you need to own your shop, you need to own your store, or you need to own your complex and all of that before you can make money. Now, you don't necessarily need to have the stocks, yes, or the whole this thing to make your money. Now, can you lead us into what dropshipping really is? Because we all know that, yeah, people post goods and all of that, but as a specialist, as someone who does this like every time, can you lead us into what it really is?
So thank you very much. So dropshipping is majorly about selling products to the end users without having the stock on ground. So it's basically serving as middlemen or middlewomen, as it might be, between the supplier or the factory, as the manufacturer and the end user, and hence making profit for yourself. So that.
Okay, I'm sure it's way more than this. How does it really work? Because yeah, you just mentioned that, okay, manufacturer, supplier, and all of that. What's the cycle like? How does it really work?
Okay, so as a supplier or a manufacturer, you produce products. And then you want to sell them. But you don't have access to all the audience that will help scale your business.
Yes.
Because as a manufacturer, you have some audience, but not all audience. So as a dropshipper, you come to the supplier or manufacturer and like, okay, I have audience that will buy your products. So what's in it for you? Ask for what's in it for him. That's okay. So there will be like commission on each sale. That's a branch of how dropshipping works. And there's also another part in which you buy the products. You check out for the product. You check out for the product. You see the product that you have an audience for, and then you check the price and you see, okay, because most of the time suppliers and manufacturers sell at very low prices.
No price. Okay.
So, but you have to calculate your own the cost in which it will take you to get it to the end user, and then calculate the cost, add your profit, then show it to them, like advertise or publicize the product, and okay, this product is available. Do you need this here or now? And then if you can convince the end user, okay, that they actually need it and they make payments, then you process the product
and you
over
get
to
your
them,
own
and
commission.
then they pay you first. Then you pay the supplier or manufacturer.
Okay.
He sends the product.
Okay. Okay, now this takes me back to it's almost like when we used to have some how do I put it now? Some salesmen on the streets of Lagos,
Yes.
who carry a particular product, go around to sell it to people, and they end up getting their own commission. It's just like it's almost the same thing.
Yeah, and it's made easier with technology. As the world is now a smaller place due to technology has made the world a small village. So now you can, from the comfort of your house, you can chat with people, you can chat with friends, you can make friends and associate with people that in another city, in another town, thousands of miles away from you, and you guys will be close and they will have trust within that partnership or that friendship. So with that, that's what has brought to the existence of dropshipping and made it easier for people to just, okay, I know I have a product that I know that someone sells that you might need. So just pay me, I pay the supplier, you get it over to you. And then everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. Yeah. There are some drop shippers who have not met their manufacturers. Like the ones that I know, like they just chat online. Okay, and they just pick pictures and then they post it. Like you said, technology has made everything so easy here. So they just post pictures. They've not met this person. They don't know. They don't even know the person that owns this product. But all they just do is sell their own. Okay, get their audience, like you said. The audience sends the money and all of that, and they send the money to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer sends the good directly. Now, this dropshipper has not even seen the good.
Yes.
They send it directly from the manufacturer, sent directly to the end user. Now, do you think this is do you think this really works out?
Truthfully, as we are in Nigeria. So most of the time, from my own experience, most of the time, dropshippers do not use the supplier to directly to end user routes.
Okay.
Because of, at the end of the day, they don't trust the supplier not to steal the end user at the end of the day with better offers. So what they do is majorly they'll just say, okay, they have this product that they can send, but you have to pay. So once you pay, they pay the supplier. The supplier sends the good over to them, and then they send it to the end users. This is majorly, it's happening in local dropshipping and I would say China dropshipping, or because there's China, Turkey, and others.
Okay.
So for local dropshipping is common, and also in international dropshipping too. That is very common. But I'm not saying that people don't actually do from supplier to end user. It works depending on the supplier and how the trust is end. So, but most of the times is from supplier to dropshipper, and then dropshipper maybe maybe dispatch or we bills it to the end
now,
user.
don't you think that when an end user understands or realizes that this person is just a dropshipper, don't you think the person will like say, no, I don't want to get from you, I'll rather find a way, any way to get from the manufacturer, because they will feel that, don't you feel that they will think that it will be more expensive?
Okay,
because like you just explained now, the dropshipper tells the end user to pay, and then he gets from the manufacturer. Now, the money that he is going to use to order it, or even if he's not ordering it, even if he wants to go and get it directly, transport fare and all of that, logistics and all of that, and then having to also send it to the end user, logistics, blah blah blah. It is definitely, it is added to the whatever the person wants to get, whatever the person wants to buy. Even if the product is 5,000 naira, logistics here makes it more. Don't you think it makes it more expensive? And this end user will want to get from manufacturer directly.
Yes. But I would say there is, for dropshippers, for suppliers, most suppliers, they have a dropshipping program. So they have a dropshipping, like especially for dropshippers. So they have special prices. It's just like wholesalers, and then there's dropshippers. There's wholesalers, I would say platform, and then there's dropshippers platform, in which you can buy. If you are reselling, they'll beat down the price for you because you are reselling, so that you can come back, because there's a promise that you come back to buy more. But if you are just a one-time buyer, because end users most times are one-time buyers, depending on the product. Depending on the product. But most end users are one-time buyers, so they would not want to beat down the price for somebody that's just one-time buyer. Most some people I have heard about that do dropshipping, you have to register to be a dropshipper, and they have to like pay like a down payment to show that you're serious, and then or you show them like your business information to let them know that actually you're actually selling, and it's not that you just come and say you're a dropshipper and
now I understand. It's not that you can just wake up one day and just decide, no, I want to be a dropshipper. There are processes.
The processes you have to.
Okay. Now that takes me to, what do you need to start a dropshipping business here in Nigeria?
Well, okay.
Is it money? Do you have to meet some people and all of that before you can confidently say, yes, I am a dropshipper?
Okay. What you need, because of how technology has advanced life now, you need a smartphone. Majorly, you need a smartphone, and you need, if for local dropshipping, I would advise that you go to, because people that sell in wholesale, they don't hide it. You see that, okay, they sell in wholesale and they have dropshipping platforms too. So you could just go check out their ratings, check out because you need to know because there are many fakes out there. So you need to validate that they are actually, how will I put it now? They are actually valid, and they actually sell the products that they say they claim to sell. So you talk to maybe people that have commented on the product and ask them personally how the experience has been before you go in. And then there's international drop shipping. That's for that. For me now, I'm majorly in China, Chinese drop shipping from China, from companies and warehouses in China. So what we use is an app called 1688. It's a sister to Alibaba, but it's way cheaper. But it takes a whole entire process. As I said, you have to register. You have to do some trainings on how to actually converse on the side, because they are Chinese and they don't usually speak English. So you have to like know how to be able to communicate with them, in which you can get your product, tell them what you want. So
you need to go for trainings. Yes. Before you can be called a certified drop shipper. Yes.
That's for international. That's for China.
Okay.
Yes, but for local drop shipping like in Nigeria, you don't really need that. You just need to meet a wholesaler. That's somebody that's brought it down and the house available. Tell, okay, you are interested in drop shipping. They'll tell you the terms, and then you follow the terms, and then you become their drop shipper.
Okay. All right. So what are the advantages of being a drop shipper or venturing into the drop shipping business? Because definitely I'm sure it's not just about it's not just about taking your phone and picking up a product, snapping and all of that. Do you think there are advantages to tied to this business? If I want to do this business, what should I think about that? Okay, it can keep me going even during the challenging times.
Okay. For the advantages of dropshipping, it's for dropshippers, they are excused from the problem of having goods piled up and then like holding money down.
Yes.
Most suppliers, or should I say wholesalers, have some issue. Like you buy a product, then it goes off season. So once it's off season, for that time, the money is there.
It's there.
You cannot,
it's
tied down. You cannot access it. But for them, they don't really have to hold. Nothing's holding. They just post products that are available with their supplier. Once they see that, okay, this person is serious to buy, and then it's serious as speed. You just take your profits, give it to the supplier, and then you're happy. You're happy.
Everybody's
the happiest. Everybody's the happiest of the whole cycle. Dropshippers are the happiest. They are the ones that I enjoy the most.
Wow. Because I'm still going to come to that. But like we said, the advantages, and also there are still some challenging times and down times. Yes. What can you say? What has the experience been like, or what do you think is common to dropshippers that okay, this is what they are? It's very possible for them to encounter when it comes to challenges or the bad times.
Yeah. For challenges, I'll use myself as an example.
Definitely.
When I first started, that was 5 years ago. My first major breakthrough. I got over. I think that was the time when mini bags were still in vogue, like we're still selling much. I could get a mini bag then for like 1,500, and then I was buying for 1,000. So then there was a mad rush for mini bags. Then I hopped in, I made sales. So by the time the product came, it was like, I don't know if I didn't maybe pass the information across really well to the people that it was mini bag, but people were complaining that the bag is too small compared to the picture that was sent to them. So it really caused fight. I was very sad because I was like, because in some way to spoil your rep, you feel like, and the thing is, it's not your fault. It's not you don't produce the bags. You just give them the pictures that were sent by the supplier or the manufacturer, and then the bags come, and then, but for that you just have to make them understand that these are pictures, these are not, you're just a middleman, you're just the passageway in which they get the product, and it's not basically on you. But the thing also about it is, some people have very high expectation for a product, more than they should, because of I don't know, maybe because of because when you see a product, you imagine how using the product, that's how you get sales. Once you can get like the audience to like imagine themselves using the product. So if they imagine maybe something else, maybe their expectation was higher, and give them something lower, they will tend to complain and maybe give you bad reviews, which is not good. So that was one of the issues. And there's also if your end user is someone that is not in the same city as you, there's also logistics issue, because I'll say the transport system in the country is kind of very funny, because these drivers, because we majorly use drivers to build stuff instead of all these companies, because of cost, to save cost. So sometimes drivers are not forthcoming. They usually don't say, okay, they say they are coming and they are not coming, and then they hold your goods for like a day or two before they eventually give the persons. It's not a rare occasion. It doesn't really happen often, but sometimes that also might happen. And then for a typical Nigerian user, that okay, once they get this thing, once you tell them, okay, it's this time, they already have planned that, okay, this is when they want to wear it. They get angry at you, and it's not you. You have done what you need to do. It's just the other person. But then you just have to be able to handle the pressure, calm everybody down, and then make sure that at the end of the day, everybody gets what they want, like the product they ordered. So
thank you. So now, how do I start? I want to start a dropshipping business now. What do you think I need to have for me to really start? Now, I'm not talking about me alone.
Okay.
I'm talking about other people that can also. That I'm sure there's so many people sitting in their houses and like they're like, oh, I need to start something. I need to do a business. I need to do this. I need to do that. What do you think we need to have to start dropshipping business?
For dropshipping, you don't need much. You just need a smartphone. You need, of course, you need data. So you need a smartphone with data, and you also need audience. You need an audience or a niche. That means you have to find a product that your audience will buy. For example, now if you are a student and you are in the midst of students, it's sure that fashion items will sell there. Fashion items will sell. So you just have to look for a particular fashion item that will sell in your, as Hamatan is coming or it's already here, hoodies will sell. So you just have to look for a supplier that, okay, will sell hoodies for you at a discounted rate, and you take it to your audience. Okay, this is a hoodie you can get as Hamatan is coming to keep you warm and all those. And then you get payments, pay the supplier or the wholesaler or the manufacturer, then deliver it to your but the audience is important. The audience is important, the supplier is important, and also the products. You have to carefully select your product so that you also get good profits from your.
Okay, so there was a question I wanted to ask earlier on that it escaped my mind, but now I remember. Now, do you think that having being a dropshipper now is like better off having to go rent a store out there? like, you know, there are some people that they don't have so much, especially here in Lagos. They don't have, probably they have like 150,000 naira, and shop rent is taking like 80,000, 90,000 naira, and they're just like, well, let me just manage the remaining 60,000 naira to just buy something, and then later on I'll keep boosting it up later. I keep boosting it up. Now, do you think because talking about the profit margin that some dropshippers make, some I've seen some that make like 3,000 naira on just one product.
Yes.
I don't know how true that is,
Yes,
really.
it's true.
Now it depends on whatever you're selling.
Products you're selling.
Yes, and you're not paying for shop rent. You're not paying for electricity. You're just in your house doing such business. Now, would you agree to the fact that it's better being a dropshipper than having to just go rent a store that's you're not even so sure that you don't? It's not that you have a very big business like that. Do you agree to the fact that it's just better to just be a dropshipper?
If you are starting in business, it's better to start as a dropshipper. So because dropshipper gives you opportunity to experiment with your audience. You can experiment different products that you don't own. You just post it. You see, okay, this one seems like I have audience for this. Seems like I don't have audience for this. My audience don't want this. And then it gives you opportunity to, instead of spending on electricity, as you said, or shop costs, it gives you opportunity to spend on, should I say, advertisement, awareness of your brand, of what you do, of how you help people solve problems. Because that's what a dropshipper does in the essence. It helps them solve problems. You are going to get cold in Harmattan. We give you the solve your problem by giving you opportunity to get a hoodie that will keep you warm. And so that's one of problem solving. So it's better once you are starting, you start as a dropshipper to experiment, to know, okay, this is where I have.
It's just like saying you start, you want to start a business. It's better at least start from online store.
Online store, yes. Exactly.
Before you go to
physical store, so that you don't get a total loss at the end of the day. So it gives you chance to experiment, know, okay, what your audience really wants, build on that niche, have more audience. Then once it's time, because it's time that people want to come to physical store, because they want to shop more, and then to give you more ratings, because you have like a physical store. Then you can now expand and get physical store. By that time, it will be more advisable. But for starters, it's advisable to start with.
Thank you so much, Dunamis. It was nice having you.
Thank you.
But before we go, one last thing. What do you have to say to entrepreneurs out there, online entrepreneurs that are just about to start, or that they are already into the business?
Okay. What I'd like to say is they should focus on satisfying your audience, satisfying your clients, and getting more people to know about your brand. It's very important. You need to scale and then let more people know what you do, and satisfy people on ground. The more you satisfy them, the more they scale, the more they grow, the more they tell their friends. And then to get to a point, you might not really need to pay for ads anymore, but you still pay for ads to expand. So that's it. And business is not easy. It's not easy, right? There will be downtime, there will be time of no sales and everything. But just consistency. That's something I would say has helped me. Consistency. Kept on doing it, even though it seemed like, okay, it's maybe a passing to dry times. Keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. By the time it skills, by the time it works, people that you thought maybe you just talk to them and they will come by themselves with their friends. I'm like, oh, this buyer doing it gains trust self, because people see you, okay, today they saw you going here, tomorrow is okay, like this guy is serious and it's going to be legit. So
thank you so much. Thanks so much. It was nice having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
You've heard what our guest has said. Consistency. Yes, consistency is the key. Keep doing what you're doing, and one day, yes, people will notice you. So that's all we have for you on the interview segment for Daybreak this morning. We're going on a short break now, and when we come back, Daybreak Africa continues. Please stay with us.